Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Accumulation Zone. In this video today, I will be finally talking about the FinALGO, the FinALGO trading view strategy. Alright, now guys, let me explain the FinALGO. Alright, so here we see the strategy dashboard with a total of 22 trades and a 86% win rate with a return of 28% gain on account, a profit factor of 5 with only one consecutive loss in a row. So I coded two versions of the FinALGO. The first version contains a fixed stop loss based on the most recent swing high or low and a risk to reward ratio approach. The other one is working based on a is working based on a fixed stop loss percent and a fixed take profit percent that can be adjusted manually. I coded this one mainly for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets, so you can use whichever one of those two you like more to trade on whatever asset you like to. Alright, let's get back to this chart here. So this dashboard contains of all those buy and sell labels that will be printed as soon as all the conditions align to enter a long or a short position. And because I didn't like that there are only 22 trades, I included a few scalping signals. So every time we get a pullback into this EMA grid under some specific conditions, this label will be printed, indicating that here there will be the potential of price moving up. So basically this will allow you to take way more trades than just those 22 trades with a 86% win rate, in case this isn't enough for you, those 22 trades over a period of 3 months. So let me get down to explain to you how I use this indicator during my live week of testing. Alright, so now I've plotted all the trades I took during the last week onto the chart, and I will explain them to you. Alright, so the first buy signal, I took it and it worked out perfectly. I consider them the stronger buy signals, and those are the scalping signals that I use for a low risk to reward. Usually I shoot for a 2 risk to reward with a stop loss placed on the most recent swing low for a long position and the most recent swing high for a short position. So right here we see I had 3 winning trades. I didn't take this signal because first of all, the candle was too big. If I would have entered up here on this candle, my stop loss would have been all the way down here, and I don't like those setups. I like them to be nice and tight. And here we had a losing trade. So you can, for example, use this strategy and maybe only take the first 2, maybe even the first 3 trades after a strong buy label has been printed, because usually those trades represent pullbacks. Alright, let's go for the next trades. I didn't take this one because same thing, I considered this candle as too big. But that's just me taking my live trades using the Finago. This one here I marked it as a winning trade because I was looking at it on the percentage version. On the percentage version, I placed a fixed stop loss at 0.5% drawdown, which wasn't hit in this version. But let's get back to this version because we have a higher win rate and a total of 22 trades. Alright, so here, more scalping signals that I took. I took it after the first pullback, after the strong buy label. Even if this one here is a losing trade, don't worry too much about it. You're gonna have more than enough winning trades using the Finago. So right here, 2 more examples where we caught pullbacks into our EMA grid here. That allowed us to stay in the trend. Alright, so here we had another 4 winning trades straight in a row, and I didn't place those trades because I already was in a position and I didn't want to add more money onto that position. So now let's keep going. Here we experienced a small losing trade. And then we had a time without a signal. I didn't take this signal because I already thought, this couldn't end up as a double bottom. And I just didn't like it. When I received the alert, I didn't decide on taking this trade on. Afterwards, we had another 2 losing trades. That's just happening if you use those scalping signals, because the accuracy won't be as high as 86%. But the way I look at a row of losing trades, like for example here 4 losing trades, I just consider them as business expenses to keep me in the market while I'm riding an uptrend. And if I'm risking 1% on all of those trades, or maybe even a little bit more on those strong labeled buys and sells, because they have a higher win rate, I make enough profit to withstand a small row of 4 losers. Because right here I would only lose 4%, and all the way up here I would have made 2, 4, 6, 8% profit. With this one, 10% profit. Alright, and the reason I consider them business expenses is, like I said, that I stay in the market and that I'm not getting annoyed about the algo because it had 4 losing trades in a row to say, this is not working. So I continue trading with a clear mindset, taking all the signals I get if they line up with my human level verification. So right here we've seen we got a new bearish signal. This one I took because I like the setup. We broke through all this bottom resistance, support and hit another 2-to-1 risk reward trade. So the 2 of those losers have already been taken out by one single profit trade. I didn't take this scalping signal because look at the size of the candle. Let me quickly zoom in here. It was too big and I was still in a winning trade, or basically that was the candle that made this trade a winning trade. So I didn't decide to go into another trade. Just didn't feel right. Here I got the next signal shortly afterwards and I took that position, placed my stop loss at the most recent swing high and took this trade to the downside for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Another winner. Here we have another winner, placed the stop loss at the most recent swing high, went for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. This one won as well. And here we had we almost had a winner, but I'm pretty sure I closed this trade at break even. That's why I marked it as a winner. And let's have a look at this trade. I took this one as well. This one I broke even because I've seen, okay, even the EMA grid is starting to turn green now. So I just closed the trade on break even because I was happy with all the profits I made before. And like I said, if I experience losers or a losing streak, I consider it as a business expense to keep me in those long downtrends to avoid missing out on trades. Because right here you could give up on the strategy and just bunny hop from strategy to strategy instead of using one profitable system consistently for at least 100 trades and see how it works. I'm not saying you have to risk much during those 100 trades, just enough so it wouldn't affect you or your account. Alright, so here we had a few more trades. The last trade I took actually turned out to be a losing trade, but overall we had a consistent streak of 7 winners in a row here as well, and we had a streak of 4 consecutive losing trades. But again, remember, only if you trade those scalping signals. And the way I like to trade with those scalping signals is to use a layer of human verification to decide, am I going into this trade or am I waiting for the next strong buy label or the next strong sell label? Because in my opinion, let this page load quickly, I also included it into the description of this indicator here on TradingView, that I think that the best method of trading is human and machine working together. Since we have the creativity and the out-of-the-box thinking, and the machines have the ability to brute force calculation and huge bandwidth that we don't currently have. So I like to believe that the combination of me and my Finago and my SCALPER Pro indicator works perfect. That's why I also am not gonna automate this strategy for myself. I like to receive my alerts on a few different pairs and just manually decide if I want to take this trade or not. Alright, so now I've shown you the Finago on once the basic version, where you set your stop loss based on the most recent swing high or low, and the percentage version with slightly different results, but all those results can be optimized using the settings here of the Finago. You can modify everything. You can modify the length of the EMAs, the trade direction. You have an EMA filter, for example, to choose a single EMA, to ignore the EMAs. You want to see price above or below the EMAs, or you want to see the EMAs in order. You can set your stop loss at a fixed percentage and you take profit at a fixed percentage as well. You can modify the channel settings here, the flow strength settings, and the parabolic sell settings, because I'm using a combination of those three inputs to generate the buy and sell labels that hold up with a very consistent outcome here over 59 trades with a 66% win rate. Alright, now I'm going to show you how the Finago performs on different pairs, like for example the US 100. Right here I prepared an example of using the Finago on a daily time frame. That's where I am going to use it the most, I think, because of those insane results. The Finago gave me a long signal right here at the bottom of the COVID 2020 dip, and from there we recovered 50% until the Finago took profit. Same here, we had a little pullback, and from this pullback entry right here we rallied up another massive 29% to take profit right here. And again another pullback entry right here where we rallied up 11% shortly afterwards. And now during the current bear market, we all have seen on US 100, we all have seen this pullback to the upside where everyone was thinking, this could maybe be the end of the bear market. So, but what did we see? It wasn't the end of the bear market. It was just a pullback to fake people out, to grab money, to grab liquidity. And what happened afterwards? The Finago gave us a short signal right up here, perfectly timed on the stop, for another 12% drop in the market. So you can also use the scalping signals here. They're more like short-term, maybe intraday scalping signals. So you see them here being printed here, and you go down to a lower time frame to scalp the market there. But for example, on a daily chart here on US 100, I would use the Finago with those settings here. Here I also prepared an example for a 5-minute chart, and we see the win rate is slightly lower, but we place way more trades. The return is still 70% in relation to the drawdown. That's almost nothing over a period of 3 months again. With a profit factor of 2.45, everything's alright. And again, we get a beautiful short signal at a massive pullback where most people probably thought we're gonna go long here. And of course, you always get some losing trades. That's all up to your risk management. Just because the Finago is telling you to place the stop loss at the most recent swing high, if we are, for example, in a scenario where we are sitting at a peak or at a pullback, you might want to place your stop loss on the EMA, and you can also modify that in the settings. Alright, now let's get on to my last example of the Finago, testing it on a Aussie Yen pair, because I like, especially if I'm trading Forex, I'm most of the time trading Yen pairs, so I also optimized it for Yen pairs, just so you can see that no matter on what asset, if you, for example, trade cryptocurrencies, you can perfectly use it on cryptocurrencies. If you're using it on indices, you can perfectly use it on indices on daily charts. or you can even use it on 5-minute charts. It doesn't really matter. It's all a matter of how you optimize the settings in here to make it work on your asset and on your time frame. So for example here, I tested it on a Aussie Yen 5-minute time frame, and we see here we had a winning trade, and here we got a nice little pullback entry by the scalping signals. But that's then all up to you. If you, for example, would like to enter in this trade, of course, with the hindsight you have right now, you wouldn't enter into this trade. But realistically, this could have been just one losing trade in a series of 100 trades where you are going to win, let's say, 60% of them. So all those scalping signals, they are up to your personal interest if you want to take them, and your own personal risk management. Those trades here with the strong sell labels, they will have a fixed stop loss at the most recent swing high or low included to get all this data here. So here we see we over 82 trades, so a few more trades than the Bitcoin 5-minute chart. Over 82 trades, we have a win rate of 57% and a return of 80%, risking 2% per trade and a max drawdown of roughly 9%. So here we've seen we got a losing trade, and after that straight away we had another big winner. So now it's all up to you. I am going to share all those strategy templates with the people that support me on Patreon, because these people allow me to sit down in front of the computer and code the FinALGO and and optimize the SCALPER Pro indicator. And yeah, so I thought about selling this FinALGO commercially, but I decided not to. I just want to support my community and support the people who are actively looking for a good and reliable algorithm that will tell them when to buy, when the opportunity is likely to hit your take profit rather than your stop loss, and if you don't like to take trades based on your own analysis. That's what the strong buy labels are for. And if you like to take trades based on your own analysis and you just want that tiny little bit of confluence, like a nice and steady uptrend where we get a label right here to enter into this pullback after it's confirmed by the Finago indicator to catch a few more profits. Even if you're just trying to aim for 10 points or 10 pips here for the Australian dollar Japanese yen pair, that will still be alright. So again, thank you very much for every single one of you, of all my Patreon supporters. I'm really grateful for your support. And yeah, I try to keep this channel not monetized, so there won't be any ads displayed on this channel, because I simply don't like ads either. So I don't want to force ads on anyone else. So yeah, if you like access to the Finago indicator and the SCALPER Pro and all the other strategies I've coded so far on YouTube, feel free to click on the link in the description below, and there you will land on the Patreon page where you can support this YouTube channel so I can keep going, using my time to code the strategies and make them available for you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video to the end, and have a great rest of your trading day.